Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers. You've kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we've got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box when I'm done. I timestamp, all the questions are there. I timestamp them as I go so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. I'm afraid it is not Sarah Wednesday. We're going to have Sarah Thursday this week. She had some family stuff she has to take care of. So alas, it's just me. Or rather, it's just us. All right, so there's a lot to cover. Oh my gosh. And, oh, kind of epic nails today. Look at that. Hang on, let me see if I can get it to, it's been catching on my hair. If I can get it to, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Little bling, little sparkles, little heart. There we go. And I have my handsome familiars, and we're ready to go. Oh, I'm sorry, G. Greene. No, Sarah, but it's my birthday today. I'm sorry. Thank you, Iron Cauldron Darrow. All right, so let me just very quickly go over the astrology, so where we are. You know how I mentioned that whole thing about this, about the bottom of the U.S. chart, our home being in Aries, so it's kind of a fortified Second Amendment kind of take action, pioneering energy that we have in the U.S. and in our home. I see the bottom of the chart, and how Neptune is sloshed in, dissolving foundations. But now Saturn is moved in as well, which has the bill, has the reckoning, has the what's going on. You know, that's Saturn energy. This is still happening. Even though Saturn has moved on a bit, the conjunction between Saturn and Neptune is still, I believe, it is literally like at 1 degree. So it's still very, very strong. And that's going to be right still. So we're still dealing with this. Saturn will move on. Neptune's going to be here for a while. So we're going to have this kind of flooding for a while. It's putting the foundation, the U.S. foundation, under pressure. Glug, glug. So, foundation of America is being affected. There's a fog of confusion and spin, but we've been dealing with that for a decade now. The last time that Saturn and Neptune met up at a conjunction, it was in November of 1989, and we had the fall of the Berlin Wall. And that was in Capricorn, which is a very orderly sign. Matter of fact, if there is one sign I would say is about order and hierarchy, well, it would be Capricorn or Virgo. Those are the two big ones. And so that was a dissolving. It was quite peaceful. It was relatively civilized. I was actually lucky enough to be in Europe at the time, and the English family I was staying with, the father actually was a teacher at the German school in the Netherlands, and with all of this happening, it was all over the news, the fall of the Berlin Wall, all over the news. And I asked him, I said, what was school like today? Because he came home, you know, it fell and he went into work and he came home, and I said, what were the students like? He said it was eerily silent. all day. It was extremely subdued all day. Everybody was just in shock. But it turned out to be a good thing. So, but that was because it was in Capricorn, that this energy, it was pretty quiet. Aries is not quiet. Aries is the first sign. It is the fire sign. It is you are born and you cry out, cry havoc, that kind of thing. Also, there is some good news in that Venus, lovely Venus, is a sextiling in a lovely aspect with Uranus. So we have some of that erratic technological energy is actually lovely Venus is coming by in good aspect to Uranus. So it's like, oh, okay. So maybe this could come out a little more. This Uranian energy for a bit here, at least a few days, can come out a little more smoothly. Please, please. Trump himself, this is the last thing I'll mention, but Trump himself, Uranus in the sky, that bolts out of the blue, erratic energy, flashes of genius, but no, that's nothing to do with Trump. Uranus is squaring Trump's Mars in his chart, which is very tense. And so when Trump wants to act, he wants to do, because Mars in your chart is how you take action. Uranus is throwing very erratic energy at that. So since Mars is his militarily aggressive planet, it's the soldier, it's getting shocked. The drones are getting through, there are unexpected reversals, and it's still applying. It hasn't peaked yet. So the aspect is going to get tighter before it loosens. It'll get a bit bigger before it stops, and they're saying it will go on for a bit. So that's what's going on astrologically. And I should have moved my I should have moved this out of the way and moved this out of the way, and it bugs me. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Now we know exactly, Raymond. All right. So go back to these handsome fellows, and let's move on at 8 minutes. Since we're already talking about the war stuff, let's do that. Then we'll talk about Texas and whatnot. So here are the details. The Iran war death toll has climbed to 787. 6 service members killed. Bless them. Bless you. Bless your families. The Pope, by the way, has come out and said, diplomacy is a thing, talking is a thing, and a whole bunch of MAGA have responded to that on social media, what the Pope said, with things like, I'm ashamed to be Catholic. Really? Because you didn't read anything in red. Not a single thing. Okay, anyway. So, now Trump is saying the U.S. can fight forever with virtually unlimited munitions. Please. That's not true. Armageddon fan club, yeah. Jay Greene says, so they'll stop being Catholic hypocrites then? Well, we can dream. Louis, Popey don't preach. I never liked that song. Thank you for bringing that up, and that is cute, but I really didn't like that song. That was a miserable song. Anyway, every time I'm reading on this, I get Democrats getting more power. Partnership with Democrats. Gee, Greene says, no, we have a ton of munitions, but those have limited value against war drones. Exactly. And who are we fighting? I found a sci-fi movie on Amazon Prime last night. What was it called? It was actually an Eastern European movie that was dubbed over, and that's unusual. But it was really good. And it's like we're not fighting a potential alien invasion and mind control, and we're not. It's there's the U.S. and then there's Iran, and not that Iran is tiny, but compared to the U.S. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, but look at how much stuff we have. Strength, MAGA, Judgment. There's a lot of judgment. There's going to be a lot of questions. I know that Dumpster Fire, as much as he can string two sentences together, is thinking that all he has to do is be involved in this and everyone will rally around him. No. Oh no. Oh no, not even remotely. And again, that unexpected Uranian energy is still closing in on his ability to take action. So, yeah. Jean says, now I want to watch that movie, whatever it is. No, I'm really curious. Oh, hang on. Because there's a good movie. I love sci-fi. And I was like, I need to because seriously, when I'm away from all of this, I need to be like, can we go to outer space? This takes place on Earth, but still. It was hang on. There should be a continue watching. 1 second. Movies. Oh, that's rather frustrating. Huh. Okay. I'm sorry to waste your time like this. I thought it would be right here. Recommended. Sci-fi adventures. No, where's the... I don't understand why. Continue watching. It has TV shows, but not movies. I didn't even finish it. Yeah, right near the end, and then my thing here ran out of power. So if anybody knows how to look up, oh come on, no, all right, I'm stumped. I don't even know how to find it again. All right, I give up. Mercury retrograde. Yep. Is there not a recently watched? There should be, but I don't see it. Watch history? Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, there's a home, Prime, subscriptions, downloads, and search. Recently added. New and upcoming. Should be, but I don't see it. So... okay. Jean says Prime can be frustrating that way. Thanks for making the effort. Okay, thank you. Well, it is frustrating because I want to see the end of the movie. It's like 10 minutes left or less. Anyway. It was made in 2021. Eastern European sci-fi movie, alien invasion type movie. No stars that I recognized. Very good. Anyway, really well done. So, 1540 MAGA base fractures. Sorry about the delay there. It's frustrating. Okay, Chi. Thank you. Was it 2019? The blackout invasion? I think that was it. I think that was it, Mayor. Hang on. Blackout. Search. Microphone. Blackout invasion. It was 2019, my mistake. Yep, that was it. This one. Blackout invasion Earth. It was good. I have 8 minutes left. So, yeah, I can recommend that one. Moving on. 1645. All right, MAGA base fracturing. MTG. I didn't think I'd have to think about her anymore, but MTG has called the strikes the worst betrayal. Tucker with an F. Carlson is blasting all of this. Trump is firing back, calling Greene a traitor. If you watch House Sparks, you will know that on the right, there are any number of right-wing pundits who are not happy. And Cauldron Tarot. Cool, something to watch later. Oh, good. Valerie from Sage of the Scales Tarot. Do you follow Sage of the Scales? Is that a Hegseth movie? Blackout Invasion World? No. Florisa says the movie's also on YouTube. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh gosh, Sandra says Mercury retrograde happening here. Woke up to a dead battery, used a jump box. When I tried to start it, my key snapped in the ignition. I'm so sorry. It's funny because it's just so crazy. But I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, user. Release the files. Yeah. Man. Oh, they're not happy at all. On the face of it, there's this, oh, we're fine. Really? Some ways are a tower behind you for the reading. You're fine, huh? Just fine? No problems? And by the way, I'm using the Pulp Tarot today because these people are criminals. Big judgment. Fruits of labor. This was you said no more wars. You said that we could keep our stuff here. You said that we could keep our people here, we could keep our stuff here, we could keep our money here, and you just literally blew that up. Devil. Three of Swords. King of Pentacles. Well, there are some, this feels like it's moving some MAGA people more toward the center. And I am disgusted by the idea that there is a single word that could come out of Nick Fuentes' mouth that I would agree with. But he is really, really mad. And he is telling his followers, go vote against Trump, vote against Trump's candidates, vote for Democrats if you need to. Also, not that Netanyahu or Trump have a brain in their heads, and Kushner is Kushner. But you realize you idiots, you absolute idiots, are increasing the amount of anti-Semitism in the world. And it's not Israel's fault that there's anti-Semitism, but Netanyahu and Kushner and Trump are not helping at all. And we know that there are a lot of MAGA who are racist, like the day is long. Whew. Mayor says Fuentes followers are draft age. Oh, there we go. Star says so much for the peacetime president. Louis, what do you mean? He was so angry, he smashed his, see and say phone on the ground. I was thinking see-through phone. No, see and say phone. That's cute. Brianna says, did not have agreeing with Nick Fuentes on my 2026 bingo card. I know, right? Bear says, oh, I'm going to amend what you said there just a tiny bit and just say, boy, this is enough to give Baron bone spurs. Michelle says Barron is too tall to be drafted. Really? Really? Is he really? So, okay. Well, this is a lot. At 22 minutes in, thank you so much for being here. So the Pentagon is criticizing media coverage of the war. Surprise. Says reporting on U.S. casualties is meant to make is only meant to make Trump look bad. People have lost their lives. People have died, and our people have died. And saying that, reporting that, people only reporting that to make Trump look bad because that's what's really important. Are you high? What the? Wow, that's a new low. State Department told stranded Americans it can't guarantee evacuation assistance. Of course. Tens of thousands are stranded across 16 Middle Eastern countries. France is organizing charter evacuations. The U.S. is not. So, abandoning tens of thousands of American citizens. I'm sorry, because they don't have millions to give to Trump. Is that why? Old Silver says he's an inch over the standard limit. Are you serious? Are you serious? Barron would not get drafted because he's an inch too tall. Really? Huh. Okay. Adding insult to injury and complete lack of justice. Yeah. You are supposed to be protecting U.S. citizens, getting them out of harm's way. Yeah, stars and stripes, and no, tower. Boom, out of the sky. And Trump throwing even more because it is going to, he's even said it's going to get worse before it gets better. And all the pain that that's causing. So is this going to have any effect on the people who would otherwise be voting for Republicans. I'm so sorry. Mayor says Barron is not 7-1. He could be a Marine. Oh, okay. Thank you. Jeff says staggering. As you and Kirsten from Third Eye Champagne said last Thursday, they're trying to wear us down. It's not happening on my end. Good. I'm going to show up every day too. So, American citizens, tens of thousands of American citizens. Oh, well. This story is getting lost in everything that's happening. But there are definitely people who feel it. Definitely people who are feeling it. Just a refusal. Nah, you're on your own. Tough. Democrats caring. Oh no, but the plan, the war plan. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah. La 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 la. Anyway, Lou says he could change the light bulbs. Brent says book a flight home, except the airspace is closed down. Yeah. Yep. All right, take that out. Okay, so at 27:20, I don't know why I have the Spice Girls going through my head, and I have had them going through my head off and on for several days now. People of the world, spice up your life. May you live in interesting times. Okay, anyway, I don't know if there's anything to read on here, but U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee sent a memo joking that embassy staff sheltering during the Iranian attacks might name a future child after him. Why is anybody does anybody vote for these people? Could you explain to me why anyone's voting for these people? Just a hint. Three cards, Mike Huckabee. G. Greene. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yay! Democrats getting up, going out and voting. Thank you. Also, Laura, I will completely agree with it's impossible to picture Barron having to do anything. He is, case I know this will be a shock to you, the man is wildly spoiled. Huckabee, yeah, he's going to be out of a job here. Didn't Huckabee say something else? Wasn't there something else he did that was a big no-no? I forget what. Anyway, he knows a lot. King of Swords, all magnified, and crickets. I don't know why, but this says he's going to lose his job. I don't know what that's all about, but Laurie says, I'm confused. Huckabee thinks people will name their child Ego? That was good. Okay. Oh, Taurus, he beat up his man. Really? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Florida, that was it. He said Israel had the right to take more territory from countries around, of course. SKB wants to know, could you read on Hegsbreath's brain? I'm sure I could go downstairs. My parents probably have some pickles in their refrigerator. Do you want to know anything about his brain? No, seriously, are you worried about something specific? 31 minutes in, Nettie had a question about, this is important, Congress is voting on the war in Iran. Trump says it's not a war. Oh, no. It's an operation. It doesn't need a declaration of war. No. Will Congress shut this down? Oh, Republicans, vertebrae are a lovely thing. They really are. I highly recommend them. Yeah, I know. It's Kegsbreath, Huckabee. There are others who are just saying, oh, Israel needs to go further and further because it will cause Armageddon and Jesus will come back and say what to you for starting a war. No, I'm serious. All of these people who are trying to, oh yeah, definitely go out there and be violent and awful and as cruel as you can be so it'll start Armageddon so Jesus will return. And what exactly do you think Jesus is going to say to you if he comes back? Oh, good job. Great that you were pushing for violence and cruelty. Sit down. I'm sorry. It makes me mad. And somebody rein in the emperor, please. I can't remember if it's a line in the book. I think it actually might be. But I know there was a line in the movie version of Dune that came out in the 80s. And I think it was the emperor wanted to talk to Baron Harkonnen and said, send in the flying fat man. I don't know why that just came to my mind. Anyway, Raymond says all governments suffer a recurring Frank Herbert Dune, all governments suffer a recurring problem. Power attracts pathological personalities. Yeah, that would make sense. Cult members right in the middle. Chariot, Tower. This is already going. Delusion. Just the delusion of the cult. Absolute delusion of the cult. This weakens us. It weakens MAGA. It weakens more power to Democrats. But not necessarily enough to put an end to this right now. And isn't it there's something special about the war powers votes? Is it something special? I think it's starting in the Senate and it's something special. So they only need a majority. They only need 51 votes or something. Roxy, I will keep calling my representatives, excuse me, and asking them to explain to me why he can't be arrested. Keep asking them those the questions, yes. Yep. Maybe I'm delusional. Could be. I'm not always right. Never said I was. But this card for the reading feels a little bit like the MAGA people forming a united front. It feels like that's in the past, for what it's worth. Wheel of Fortune, times change. With the primary starting with Democrats proving that they're going out and voting more, there's real worry among Republicans about the midterms. There's still hope. Now, the likelihood that the Democrats are going to win the Senate, just on paper, does not look great. We would have to have a perfect run and flip seats that had gone to Republicans. But there's still a possibility, and that's freaking Republicans out. Suspension, partnership. If it doesn't happen now, they may run it through again. Cindy's asking, will Mikey, the House Squeaker, Johnson, shut down the House so they can't vote? I wouldn't be surprised at all. Besides, I like you calling him the Squeaker. I might have to start using that. Thank you. So, if not now, it could run through it. They'll run it through again later, and they'll just keep pressing on this. Yep, G. Greene. Longer this war goes on, the more likely Democratic outcomes will be. This will be the longest 60 days for the GOP. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so the next question, we've already looked at Trump's grossness, I'm pretty sure. Did we look at the grossness? Like, you don't have to literally look at it. There was a question here. Let me just see how things are going. 30, 38, 30. I think I did, and it wasn't it that this is not what takes him down? Something like that. Oh, Old Silver, we are going to have an election in November. Oh, mark my words. Yeah. G. Greene says, no need. I try to limit my grossness intake. Yeah. No, Chris Cool. That would be bad. Ew. There's a doctor. Star. Chaos. He's still working, but they manage things. 6 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Nah, this isn't what brings me down. So, anyway. All right, we'll just move on. Ram says, I can't unsee it. The horror. Exactly. 39:45. Let us not forget. DOJ scrubbing Epstein files related to Trump. NPR found that DOJ withheld more than 50 pages of FBI interviews accusing Trump. House Oversight Democrats open parallel investigation. This has been floating around for a couple of days. Let's have a look, because this is not going away. We're not going to let it go away. Release the files. Amanda says they want you to think we won't have an election in November. Don't listen to the fear-mongering. Exactly. V says the election will take place. He cannot shut that down. It is not a federal thing. Mayor says, I'm sure England or France will be happy to fill us in on what's missing. Wish they would. So, looking at you, Bondi. Speaking of which, isn't there something here? Oh yeah, we're going to look at her next. There's some kind of, I don't know the details, if there are any, but there is talk that Bondi has been possibly something to do with money laundering. I don't know. We're going to look at it. Oof. Jeff says, how does Sebastian say this? My eyes are rolling so far back in my head, they'll end up under my bed. I need my bestie to find them. I'll need my bestie to find them. Good that I keep it clean under there. There you go. I think my thing was my eyes are going to roll so far back in my head, they're going to actually roll out the door. So, distraction, jazz hands. Yeah, this is Trump trying everything he can. Republicans have been putting up with it. Feeling beaten up, very shaky ground. What they've been giving out is pathetic with the Epstein information. All the pain the victims are feeling, and this is just another excuse for Trump to don't pay attention, don't pay attention, don't pay attention. Operation Distraction. So are we going to be distracted and stay distracted? 1, 2, 3. And there's Alfie. It's hard to see him, but he's right there at the buffet, right on top of this. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put the paper keeper thing, but he's right there. Computer, turn on the entrance hall light.
Okay.
That did nothing. Oh well. Sword of Truth. Ace of Swords. Disappointment that this hasn't gone any further than it has. Queen of Pentacles. Bondi in the leg. Oh, but here you could have this little piece. Knight of Cups. Not letting this go. Nope, not letting this go. Tough toenails. This is not going away. All right. Michelle says it has to be absolutely awful and downright uncivilized, whatever is in those files. Oh, what's in those files would probably make every one of us lose our breakfast. But anyway. Goral said something about, there's an and. Dumpy's pressure didn't work. Today, the Spanish Prime Minister reiterated the U.S. cannot use Spain cannot use Spain's air bases for striking Iran. And French President Emmanuel Macron has similarly criticized the U.S.-Israeli operations, saying on Wednesday that they were, quote, outside of international law, unquote. Yep. M. Kelby says the money in the files is enormous. Yes. Florida says Spain is not even letting the U.S. use their airports. Okay, at 45:15, have you heard the Polymarket scandal? And if you have heard of the Polymarket scandal, Do you have any updated information on it? Because what I have here, Polymarket insider trading scandal. There's an account called Magamyman, all one word, account, made $553,000, $500,000 betting on an Iran strike. The first trade was 71 minutes before the news broke. Yeah. Polymarket. Guess who's on the advisory board of Polymarket? Trump Jr. Yeah. Well, Silver says, of course. Yeah. Junior. $553,000. I think any one of us could put $553,000 to good use. I think we could. Oh, all kinds of insider trading. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, we're in power, so we can do whatever we want. Take advantage of other people. Oh, well, they're obviously not smart enough. Excuse me. Well, there will be an investigation. Queen of Wands, the people surrounding King of Wands, dumpster fire. Choices. Adding insult to injury. Yeah. Take away people's liberties. Do all the heinousness and grossness. And then on top of it, rake in money with insider trading. Yeah. Four of Pentacles. Definitely day late and a dollar short. That's that. And then here's the criminal. So what this says is this is very clearly, you will find this is very clearly illegal. Entertainment only, YouTube. Tucker Carlson was saying, I know, quoting him, he was saying, well, I'm so sorry. Every country wants to get bigger. Every country wants more land. No, we really don't. It's a small world, as Stephen Wright once said. It's a small world, but I'd hate to paint it. What? You can't have everything. Where would you put it? Wheel of Fortune. These people won't be in power forever, although I know it seems like it sometimes. Yeah, Queen of Cups going after. Trying to get some kind of actual oversight with teeth would be really nice. Oh, sitting pretty. We do whatever we want. Work under false pretenses. Queen of Swords, this would be trying to bring some justice, either through the legislature or committees or courts. Page of Cups. People more and more are going to vote for candidates who will stand for the people. Not the people like us, not the ones who are like, oh, I'll put millions and millions into whatever that I inherited from my father or something. Please. All right. What was next? I want to make sure we get to Texas thing. Okay, at 50:30. So it looks like Talarico, James Talarico, won the primary over Jasmine Crockett, but there were huge irregularities. Surprise. Yeah. She said she was going to take it to court. Who knows, she might, but I also heard that she has not acquiesced. What's the word I'm looking for? Conceded. So I looked up what I could about Talarico. He's a Taurus, very practical. Where was it? There we go. We do not know his birth time. And if anyone would be kind enough to contact his campaign office and ask what time he was born, I'd be very grateful. This is all we know about his chart, since we don't know what time he was born. For those of you who just want to see the chart, but I can tell you that the sun here gives him some practicality. His moon, we don't know exactly where it is, but it is in Libra. So that's as far as the moon could drift in a day. So that's an emotional need that's diplomacy, getting along with others, finding ways to work with others. So that's good. If 26, it's not quite a yod. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it, because it's B3. No, it would be Sagittarius to be a yod. But this is in conjunct here. So in 89, there was this, look at that. It's Saturn conjunct Neptune. Remember what we said about 1989? The Saturn-Neptune conjunction? Ding, 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 ding. That's when he was born. So interesting that's happening just as he's taking that step up. He has his Mars is in Cancer, which you can think of that as Cancer is like a seaside village. It's very family oriented. When Mars is in Cancer, it's like a local policeman who, is raising his own family and, doesn't go around in his car as much as he does, walking around and checking the docks and knows everybody and that kind of thing. So it's positive energy there. And then he has his Mercury, how it communicates, is in Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini, so he should be able to communicate well. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure I pointed out some of those key things about him, because if this is the way it's going to be, then, if you're in Texas, please vote for Talarico. Yeah. So now if Jasmine Crockett moves forward, the whole thing is the point of primaries is stuff like this. So if she decides to take it to court, things can change. But as of right now, Talarico. And apparently he is quite religious, so that could help win over some votes. And Lucid Pause has just called his office. Oh, thank you. Had to leave a message. He will drive Christian nationals to democracy. I hope so. So, but I do want to look at Jasmine Crockett, and then we'll look at Talarico, and then we'll check on Jasmine Crockett. Old Silver, vote blue no matter who. Yes, once we get through primaries, blue. Yay, blue. Even if you think, well, they're not progressive enough, or they're not centrist enough. It just doesn't matter. Does not matter. That's what the primaries are for. Once we get through the primaries, they're it. And we cannot play around with this. Sophie says Talarico stands a great chance to beat any Republican. He's drawing a lot of conservatives to vote for him over Cornyn. That's good. Pimda says he believes in separation of church and state. How crazy is that? We are going to make it to November, Missy. We are. All right, Talarico. If you just find out when he was born. And I'm glad it isn't like in India, because apparently in India, there's so many people who use Vedic astrology that people who are in power or want to be in power will often give wrong information because they don't want people to know when they were born to be able to tell what they're going to do. We're not there yet. At this point, we're still like, okay, we have the date, we have the place, time. Oh, nice big justice card. I like that. Oh, no one's saying that Jasmine isn't a Christian, Lee. Oh, absolutely. She's wonderful. Lucid Pa says he's a seminarian. Yes, I heard that. Yep. So, King of Swords, legislator, very straightforward, magician. Okay, so he could pull a rabbit out of a hat. He could pull in some people that wouldn't have voted for Democrats otherwise. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Seriously, Texans, haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? I read it this morning, but it was 3,000 stories ago. Did Paxton? No, there's a runoff, isn't there, between Cornyn and Paxton? Is that the right thing? Yeah. Or is it Cornyn and somebody else? Six of Swords, King of Pentacles. It's still an uphill battle, though. It's still going to be an uphill battle to win in Texas. But if ever there was a time to be able to do it, yeah. Yep. Oh, see, Tristan, do please put questions in the chat before I come on. Please, oh, please. I'm always looking for good questions before I come on. Cornyn and Paxton runoff. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Jasmine Crockett at 59:30. Please tell me that she did not give up her seat to run for this, please. Oh, Paxton is awful, Raymond. Awful. Yeah. Jasmine Crockett. I love her energy. I don't get to read on, good Democrats that often. And when I do, it's like, oh, it's lovely. It's like a nice room where the windows are open and the lovely, healthy breeze, and It's just, oh, okay. Oh, she was gerrymandered out? Oh, jeez. I would say keep speaking out, keep making yourself relevant. That's what I would say. Forced to walk away here. But she has a way with words, and there's Dumpy and the Republicans who support him, and they are weakened. And there's a hanged man and an adding insult to injury. I get what I'm picking up is she could stay in politics, get back in somewhere, but she needs to very much she needs to speak her mind, she needs to speak out and keep attention on herself. So, yeah. Raymond says Jasmine Crockett is getting more experience for bigger things. I hope so. I hope so. Well, I'm out of time, but we made it through the news, made it through together. Sorry. Thank you so much for being here. It is Wednesday, but Sarah couldn't be here today, but she said she'll be here tomorrow. So we'll have Sarah Thursday, which always makes me happy. It's 1:15 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, Sarah said she'll be starting creative sprints. There is some bad weather down there. So hopefully that'll be okay, because I won't be available. Wednesday afternoons, I can't always make it to sprints. The one day of the week but she will be there. I will be there if I can be. And yeah, that'll do it for today. But you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. And I will be right back here tomorrow. There's always a community here for you. Every day, there's a community here for you. And thank you for being wonderful. Do hit the like, and I hope I have earned a subscription, hitting the subscription button from you. All right, thank you. Hang in there. Not alone. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. Remember? All right. And as always, I'll see you later. Okay. Bye.